Welcome to Nature's Pantry Center of Hope. Thank you for your interest in this project.
Hi church family, I'm Henny Miller. I'm the chairman of Nature's Pantry Center of Hope. Happy to invite you to our first few beds in our Urban Gardening Center project. The Urban Centers of Influence was an initiative started by the GC so that we can start building friendships with the community around us in a non-threatening way, where the community, based on the friendships, we can start sharing the everlasting gospel, the hope that we have in Jesus Christ, especially in these times that we're living in. And we just found what a better way of sharing Christ by sharing a spade, working together and laboring together and producing fresh produce that is good for the community, it's good for us. We know in Ministry of Healing, Ellen White tells us that there's rich blessings in the soil for us.
I'm standing here in our market garden. It's Nature's Pantry Center of Hope. And a market garden, maybe you haven't heard that term before. A market garden is something in between a home garden and a farm. And we're planning to sell our produce to our local community, whether it's you guys on campus or people in Somerset West. And the methods that we're using to grow our garden here are natural. We're trying to avoid things that are harmful, trying to follow nature as much as possible. And we actually are a no-dig garden, even though we've been doing lots of digging right from the start. We're planning to only maintain the beds from here on by adding lots of compost on top of the soil. And we're planning to look after our earthworms and our microbes and the organisms in the soil, because they are the ones that are digging for us and putting the nutrients in the soil and the air. You might also notice that we're doing some unusual things in the garden. We have some cardboard and some grass going over our beds, which is not something that you always see in a commercial farm. What this is doing is it is keeping the moisture in the soil. It's also feeding the earthworms, and it's also blocking the light so that the weeds and the grass that are underneath the cardboard won't be able to grow, so it's suppressing weeds. After a little while, the cardboard and the grass is going to break down and feed the soil. So it is completely free, it is natural and very helpful.
Nature's Pantry Center of Hope can positively affect our health as we serve the community through growing organic vegetables with no insecticides, chemicals, good nutrition packed full of vitamins, minerals and carbohydrates, the good kind. The bad kind is the refined kind that we want to avoid. Full of fiber, which is great for cleaning the digestive tract and keeping it healthy. With sufficient protein for our needs, a complete balanced diet. And we find this in Genesis when God said to Adam and Eve in Genesis 1:29, "See, I have given you all plants yielding seeds and trees with fruit yielding seeds. This for you is food." So this project also promotes a healthy lifestyle as we work out in the garden and we get fresh air and sunshine and plenty of exercise. It gives us a desire for good, clean, cool water. And being out in nature brings us close to God and will help you to sleep better. And the good, wholesome, plant-based nutrition actually helps you to be temperate in your eating, because we tend to find that the refined foods and sugary foods, there's no gagging effect, and we tend to overeat on these type of foods. So we find the whole aspect of New Start here.
I would like to speak to you from the compost bin here on the site where we have Nature's Pantry, Center of Hope. And I would like to speak to you about one of the 5 aims, which is to empower people with knowledge and skills through training. The idea is that you don't just come here and see what we do. The idea is for you to come and also learn and be inspired, but also empowered through the knowledge that you will gather by working side by side with others who know maybe a little more, and also formal training opportunities where we want to allow you this opportunity to grow in what you already know about gardening, about planting, about nature, about health, and also about friendship. Friendship with other people and friendship with Jesus Christ.
I am very excited about our Nature's Pantry Center of Hope project, where our learners will be gardening on the land. This project is geared toward benefiting at least 2 people groups, firstly the learners of our high school and secondly the surrounding community. I think what motivates me most is the thought that we're moving toward the definition of true education, as is found in the books Education and Counsels to Teachers and Parents and Students. The definition of true education means more than the pursuit of a certain course of study. It has to do with the whole being and the whole period of existence possible to man. It is the harmonious development of the spiritual, physical, and mental powers. It prepares students for the joy of service and the higher joy of wider service in the world to come. For me, to include a garden project means that our learners get the opportunity for service and character development.
Welcome to Helderberg College of Higher Education, and also welcome to the Theology faculty as part of this institution. In Missiology 2, which covers urban missions and community development, the students are required to do a 40-hour community project. And the idea is to really learn the theory in the classroom and from the textbook and the workbook, and then go and really apply it. And this is where we hope our students will be involved at Nature's Pantry, Center of Hope. So we look forward to our students being a part of this project, where they can have not just the theory of how urban centers of influence operate, not just knowing what the General Conference prepared and is posting on the website of adventistmission.org, but also to have the skills required to do that, so that when they go into ministry and into the field, they are able to replicate this. And we're so glad that they will get this exposure right here on this beautiful campus of Helderberg College of Higher Education.
One of the other aspects of this project that I'm excited about is the development of skills that we will need for the future.
The project also has the aspect of empowering people with knowledge and skills in this field. The Helderberg High School students are benefiting in this regard as they come and work in the garden and learn how to grow things, and we are too. We are also learning. We have been encouraged by Spirit of Prophecy to grow our own food, that we may have food security.
Christ's method can really be broken up into 5 stages or 5 steps. If we look at that statement, Christ firstly mingled with people seeking their good. That was the first thing he did, was to mingle with people. Then secondly, he sympathized with them, getting to see and know what is going on in their bodies, in their minds, in their thinking. And then thirdly, Christ ministered to their needs. A need-based ministry. And then the fourth step, coming out of those first three steps of having mingled with them, sympathized with them and ministering to their needs, he won their confidence. And only once he got to that state where he won their confidence, where they wanted to know a better way or just maybe another way, that is when he invited them, he bade them follow me, and presented them with the spiritual introduction and the key tenets of his kingdom. And so really when we say we have an urban center of influence, we're really looking at having a place in the city where we can rub shoulders and meet with people in a center, in an area, and in our case it's right here on the beautiful campus, which is against the foot of the Helderberg mountain, and it is squeezed in our area between the Helderberg High School and the college, which is just up the road. We have this place here where we want to also share and implement Christ's method, where we want to mingle with people as we work here, as we dig in the soil and share ideas and see things grow. And then also, after the mingling, to be able to sympathize, get to know and share life stories with those who come here, who buy our produce, and even those who may just come here to visit or see what it's all about. And in that we will be able to hear, so that we are able to minister to the needs, various needs. As we know, the community here in the Helderberg Basin is very diverse. And so we can minister to the needs of those who come here, and we want to invite them to come meet here with us. And then of course to build confidence as they can see that we are really interested in their well-being, that we want to form friendships for this life but also for the life to come, and then invite them, share Christ with them, give them hope in a time where we have the COVID-19 virus and pandemic squeezing out hope out of so many people's lives. We want to offer that hope and say Christ is our hope as we share that friendship. And that's really what the UCI, the Urban Center of Influence, is about. And we hope that you will be a part of it, either on the side of sharing it or receiving it.
What better way to win someone's trust, to labor with them, to work with them, to discuss things of life with them, all the challenges that we face here, and then selling fresh produce to them that's healthy and good for their families. It instills a sense of trust. If you want to have some testimonies on this, go on Ad Agra or Audioverse and type in Agri, Adventist Agricultural Association. Wonderful testimonies how young people started up taking up the occupation of farming and started sharing their produce and start sharing Christ with people around them with huge benefits.
I'm very excited about the potential blessings that this project offers, both for our church community and also for the wider community. One of those blessings, in my mind, is the opportunity to relate to each other out here in the garden. As we are learning skills of developing or cultivating organic produce, it provides opportunity for us to talk, to connect, to get to know each other. And through those friendships, through those relationships, other opportunities for ministry and service both within the church and also to our community can develop naturally. And it is through these friendships that we develop out here in the garden that we desire to communicate hope. Hope in this life, but also hope for eternal life. Our hope as found in Jesus Christ, our Savior. And we believe that this project can provide us that relational opportunity for us to share this important message with those that we connect with out here in the garden, and even those who will buy our organic produce.
Then there's also the opportunity of building friendships. Friendship with the teams that you're working with, and especially with our neighbors as they come from the surrounding to come and buy fresh produce. We will be able to share Christ, our hope and our salvation with them. So I want to encourage you Get involved. Give of your time, of your resources, of your expertise, and then also prayer. We need prayer that this project can indeed become a center of influence.
I hope you will take part in our project in any way possible by praying for our project, donating any garden tools that you have at home, volunteering in the garden, volunteering any skills that you have toward our project, as well as donating funds on our Back a Buddy page.
And we just want to say a big thank you to those who are already involved.
Thank you so much for watching this video. I invite you to get involved with Nature's Pantry Center of Hope.